want to bring an update to the story with Atatiana Jefferson. And if many people, don't remember her, she was the young woman sitting in her home around 2 a.m. or so playing video games with her nephew. A neighbor across the street saw their door open at their home, and he called the police for a welfare check. So the police in Fort Worth went over to Atatiana Jefferson's home. They claimed that they saw a gun. This was a claim, and the cop shot in the home, ended up killing Atatiana Jefferson. She wasn't committing any crime, wasn't doing nothing wrong. And if you remember that story, the family came out, and Lee Merritt came out at the time, and they wanted to establish a GoFundMe to say that, hey, we need to bury Atatiana Jefferson. Well, then Marquise Jefferson came out. He was labeled as her father at the time period, and he said that we don't need no GoFundMe. I have insurance on her. What are y'all doing? He really spoke out against that. He wasn't looking for no lawsuit. He wanted this race soldier punished for killing Atatiana Jefferson. He had the right attitude about it. He wasn't on that forgiveness. He wasn't about to, have this media campaign to try to get some money. No, he wanted justice. But the brother ended up dying of a heart attack just weeks later. And, many people say he was brokenhearted at what happened to Atatiana Jefferson. So with this brother gone, Atatiana Jefferson gone, many people all of a sudden start showing up. Now, something I did not know, obviously, is that Atatiana Jefferson's biological father show up all of a sudden. Now, all this time, we never heard of this guy. We never seen this guy, not one time, not once. But yet now when it comes to filing lawsuits and trying to get the bag, now here he come, okay? So the federal lawsuit was filed on Monday in the Northern District of Texas by Atatiana's biological father. His name is Jerome Ekpo Eschor. Now, we never seen this guy, not one time. So I guess Marquise Jefferson, I guess maybe he was the stepdad. Maybe he raised her. We have many stories like that in the community. And, Tatiana, I took his name, because they were close. You could tell, how heartbroken the brother was. Now, they filed a lawsuit against the city of Fort Worth and the former Fort Worth police officer, Aaron Dean, which he was charged with murder in that case. And Tatiana's maternal aunt, Vanetta Body, and paternal aunt, Arita Eschor. They say who are all plaintiffs. Okay. Now, Marquise was about that punishment of the race soldier. He wasn't looking for no money. Now his family is looking for money, because that's all. Because nothing they do outside of punishing that race soldier should really matter. Money. What's that really going to do? Tatiana can't spend that money at all. They pay you that money from taxpayers' money at that. And it doesn't make any changes when you get these lawsuits, because they'll kill the next black woman tomorrow. They don't care. Now, they said that her father, Jerome, who we never saw before, decided to bring the claim in the suit in order to help the family finally get some justice and bring closure. Money will not get justice, folks. Money will not get justice. No, I would understand if you said, no, I want that race soldier to get the death penalty. Okay, that's justice. Well, you getting broke off a couple of $1 million isn't justice. Because see, when they break you off this money and they make these backroom deals with you, you normally, most of the time what happens, these families hurt the prosecution of these cases based off of what's being said in these backroom deals. And you have to understand, people like, Lee Merritt and Benjamin Crump, they don't charge these families up front any money. They just get their 33%, usually that's what it is on average. They get their 33% when the lawsuit's paid out. So they get a good payday, once they get those lawsuits. Trust me, Benjamin Crump got a good one the last time. When the other family got, 12 million last family he represented. So, yeah, 33% of 12 million is some good money. It really is. And many people get mad at Benjamin Crump, but I always say that, yeah, we can get mad at him. But look at the system we live in that creates, a need for that, because he's a civil, for the most part. He doesn't prosecute criminal cases. Now he goes to sue him, and they settle with him, and that's be the end of that with that situation. But they talk about how her death, they say, echoes, of Breonna Taylor. And, black women, they're targeted in this society as well. And that's why when I hear, women in our community promoting a Aaron Dean as an option, but they don't look at what happened to Atatiana Jefferson or the Kyle Rittenhouses. They don't look at that. They just kind of, oh, it sounds good. I want to benefit off the hurt and pain of some black women. That has maybe some relationship issues. It just floors me that that's even an option to even consider. Looking at what happened to women like Corinne Gaines, and look at what happened to women like Sandra Bland and Rakia Boyd and Charlena Lyles. I mean, you can keep naming the names of black women that I have covered on this platform for years that have died at the hands of the race soldiers, and no justice was served in any of these cases that happened to black women. You understand? I mean, this young sister, and this happened right before I went to Kenya in 2019, and I was just so happy to even get away from this country when that happened. This story just didn't sit well with me at all. It left me very disturbed. I was thankful that I was taken off to Kenya right after this happened, because I needed a mental health break from America. Let me tell you something. Black people, you need a mental health break from this country. You do. You cannot get a break until you get out of here. I mean, because even if you go somewhere and it's quiet by yourself, you're still here. That's a spirit over this country. It's a dark spirit, okay? And that evil spirit, is in line, in league with white supremacy. It's a demonic spirit. And that spirit wants to take us out. You understand? And trust me, any black person who is watching this, video right now, let people know in the comments if I'm right or if I'm wrong. That when you have left the shores of America and you went to wherever you went, for me, it's the continent of Africa, maybe you went to the Caribbean, wherever you went, the first thing you're going to notice when you get out of here, you're going to feel like a weight get off of your shoulder. You're going to feel like some stress. Because see, as black people, we have this internal stress every day that we hear, and we just functioning with it. And that stress is literally destroying our health all the time. That stress, leads us to do things that's not right against our body. Sometimes we may drink too much, eat too much. We don't supposed to be eating certain things. We know we're not supposed to be drinking. We know we're not supposed to be drugging and anything else that we're doing. But just in this environment, in this system, it just puts so much stress on us, okay? And when you get out of America, even just for a week, you understand what I'm saying? You feel like you're free. You feel like you've been let out of prison, literally. And then when you come back, and those of you can attest to this, who's left the country, black Americans, when you come back, all of a sudden you feel that stress get back on your shoulders. I don't know if you have experienced that, and it's like when you get back, I say, oh my God, I want to go. I want to get away from here. I don't want to be here, because you feel like you wasn't around that. You understand? And that's why I always tell black people, you need to travel. Get your passport and travel. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Why do you think that black people that travel, most of them don't even want to come back? Because they have felt that freedom that you get off of, your shoulders. Just like it's not nothing physical that somebody's doing to you. Like they say, it's a spirit. It's a dark spirit over this country. And it's gotten even worse with the ascension of Donald J. Trump and all his ilk running around expressing their evil around America. They're making it more Babylonish each and every day. But this family is going after money. Didn't know nothing about this biological dad at all. The one that was around, he ended up dying from a broken heart. He fought, for her the best way that he could before he passed. But, you got some families out here that don't care about no justice. They care about getting that bag. That's the horrible part of it. It's so sad. We see this over and over and over and over again. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation, with Atatiana Jefferson's family. Like I say, they filed this lawsuit, from a biological dad and nobody ever heard of till it's time to get the bag. That is so sad.